Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a story time. Usually I pre-record these videos in the morning because that's when there's more light and it's more clear and everything. But I've just been really busy. Like yesterday I had class and there's just a lot going on, so I wasn't able to record. And then today I had a baby's appointment in the morning, so I didn't get to record this morning, and I just got home and it's like 7 o'clock. It's not that light outside. Anyways, I am doing a little story time. Don't mind this line on my head. There's probably a line. I was wearing this today, but I just took it off. I mentioned in my how me and Joaquin met and how I was arrested that I lived in a shelter. Most of you guys are probably wondering why I was in a shelter. I'm not really sure if I shared this to anyone. I'm not sure if I've ever posted on social media in the past. So let's just jump right into the story. This happened back in 2014. I left my house at a young age. A lot of stuff happened during that time. Not really comfortable with getting into that at the moment. I'll probably do a story time on that later. I'm just gonna say that I left at a young age. I think I was like 18. Well, it's not a young age, but like I left when I was 18. I lived with a friend for the longest time. I think a couple years that I lived with her. I'm not gonna say her name or anything like that. Out of respect for her, I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to use her name. I don't feel like asking her and everything like that. So out of respect, I'm not gonna be saying her name. But I used to live with a friend. Stuff happened. Like I'm not even going to get into that either because that's like really personal. So stuff happened where I couldn't live there anymore. I'm not really sure what year this was. I think this was like 2013 probably. It was like right after I graduated that I left. After leaving that friend's house, I went with another friend, but they weren't like letting me live there forever. It's just like until I figure out my next move kind of thing. I was too proud, I guess, to go back to my parents' house and ask for help. I don't really have any friends. That's going to be another story time of why I don't have friends. I didn't really have any friends or any family down here that I can ask to like move in or whatever. I started talking with my friend who I was staying with at the time, and she was like telling me about different shelters and stuff. She was like, you should probably look into shelters, and I thought shelters were like gross. When I was looking up different shelters, because like I don't really know what else to do. It's either like suck up my pride, go back to my parents' house, or go to the shelter. So I like had too much pride back then, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go to a shelter. So I looked up shelters online. I came across Urban Peak, and it was I think it's for like 15 until you're 21, 22, something like that. I was like, oh, okay, so I'll be with people my age, because most of the shelters are like for older people. A lot of older people are there, and I wasn't really comfortable with being around that. So I was like, oh, this shelter is for like people my age. And then it started saying how the shelter would help you with apartment, and it was connected to churches, and it was connected to different organizations where it can help you beneficially grow and stuff. And I was like, oh, this seems cool. So then I called Urban Shelter, because you have to call before you go so they can put you on the list, and you have to be there before 5. Like I said in my how me and Joaquin met, I was there before 5. So then I called them, I got on the list, and I went there. And I want to say that Urban Peak was one of the best experiences of my life. I met so many people there. People came in and out. I met some really, really talented people, really, really cool people you can really make a friendship with. Like I said, I don't really have that many friends, but I made some really good friendships at the Peak, just because, you know, those people know what you're going through. They've been through the same things that you go through, so you can relate with them. They're not really judgeful people, because, you know, they're going through some tough times, so they can't really sit there and be judgeful to someone else. And plus, that's where I met Joaquin, so it was one of the best times of my life. We did a lot of stuff at the Peak, actually. We went to church all the time. I went to church with them all the time. The church was really big, and it was real super nice. It's also connected to this place called The Spot, where you're able to train for work, teach you how to do resumes. There's this program in it. I forgot what the program is called. I think it's like WIA or something like that. You can probably look it up, and I think it's for anyone to join. But it was for like, they pay you to go into college. They get, like, if you want to go to college, they help you. They also pay you to get work clothes for work. They give you bus fare to get to work. So that was actually a really great program that I was in. There's this place called, it's called 5280. It's connected with the church, and they do a lot of stuff. Like, they go to the mountains, they go to Arizona, they go to different places and do like community work, and it's just really fun. So me and Joaquin were in that group. The staff there was amazing. There was some strict staff there. There was a lot of rules. I'm not even going to lie. Like, you have to be back at a certain time. You can't PDA. You got to do chores. There was a lot of that kind of stuff. But other than that, it was really, really one of the best experience and the worst experiences. I had some bad times there too. Like, I think that I truly found myself there. Like, before that, I didn't know who I was or what I was doing, but when I went there, I kind of like developed in a way. And sometimes when I tell people that I was in a shelter, they like judge me and think, ew, she was in a shelter, gross. But actually, I don't even consider that place a shelter. It's like a big home, I guess. I don't know. I'm not even ashamed to let you guys know that I was in a shelter, because like I said, I had my best experiences there. So I'm not ashamed of it. Yes, I was in a shelter. I was homeless for a long time. This wasn't forced upon me. Like, my parents didn't like go away forever. It was my choice. I decided to leave. Like I said, I will do a story time on that when I'm ready. Why I left, why I chose to leave. I could have went back home, but I chose to go there. But I'm glad that I did, because I met some people. I went to a lot of different places. Before the shelter, I've never went to like the 6th Street Mall downtown and stuff. I never went there. And then when I went there, a lot of people hung out there. I started hanging out there, and like, it was so cool. I went to lots of places, Commerce City, Aurora, Denver. We went to Lakewood, Littleton, just all these places that before the shelter I never even like, I knew about it, but I never went. That is a story. Like I said, I chose to leave. I chose to go to the Peak. It was my decision to do that. That is how I ended up there. I left home for reasons that, like I said, I will tell you guys in the next story time. I highly recommend it. If you're in Colorado and you're struggling and you're homeless and you are the age of 15 to 22, I think it's like that. You'd have to search it. I would highly recommend Urban Peak, because it's not like a normal shelter. They actually help you become something. Like, I've known people that stayed at the Peak and that got really, really, really nice jobs and have apartments now. Anyways, that is all for my story time today. I know it's kind of short. I just wanted to get straight to the point. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm really excited about my next video, because I have this huge bin of baby clothes that I have that I can't wait to haul for you guys. I probably will record that sometime next week, because I have to wash, and it's a lot of clothes to wash. So I'll have that up sometime, probably Sunday or sometime next week. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe to see more. Give me a like and give me a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.